welcome to the Smoke and Mirrors Podcast, your destination for the latest in movie news and reviews. We are your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. So this week, we're going through our regular fare. Not a very crazy fucking episode, this one, but we got Gen V, Episode 7. We got our anime corner with Jujutsu and Berserk Gluttony. We also have Loki. And then we'll see if you can spot the difference with OneFour against All Odds, the doco that recently came out.
Not in my city.
Are we living there, big dogs?
Yeah, good dog.
I was going good, man. I was on that high. Got the Rugby World Cup clutch.
In the
Know what I
bag,
mean?
mate. In the
Yep.
bag.
2 consecutive. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
We finna three-peat in the next 4 years.
Oh,
I think all those boys are young as well, so I think they will be playing in the next World Cup.
Fuck yeah.
It should be good.
let's get into that Gen V there.
Yep.
This episode, a lot of truths came out.
Yeah.
Why Dean Shetty was kind of pursuing this virus so heavily.
Yeah.
The lengths that she's kind of going to. There's also big connections to The Boys season 4. So the news came out. Gen V will drop with connections to The Boys season 4. Season 4 will also play into Gen V season 2, which is also being greenlit, and vice versa. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that it's not going to be self-contained or whatnot, that it has to have links. But we'll kind of see how it goes. But I didn't mind this episode. You kind of seen Kate come out as the sort of using her trauma to then gain control, or her way of gaining control, Xing out Shetty. It's kind of fucked up.
Are we thinking that Shetty is dead?
Nah, I was thinking she's doing the same conscious.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. To then play against her. I don't play that shit where I watch the next trailer or whatnot.
Nah, I turn it straight off.
So I don't know what's going to happen there. What she's kind of playing at. It's a big move for Kate, though.
Yeah. And it was also interesting to see Sam sort of jump in as well and agree. And it seems like they're falling into that Homelander sort of way of thinking as well between Kate and Sam too. Which is So it's cool to see that introduction like sort of flood over from The Boys, but I don't want the characters.
No, I don't want to see. What's the face? What do I call her? The Butcher of Godolkin? What is it?
The Guardian of
Godolkin. I don't want to see her in the 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
What's his face would murder her the first chance he gets anyway. It's funny because they're still talking about Homelander bloody just destroying that just out of nowhere, and nothing happened to him. Absolutely, he's still out there being a soup. It's so bad.
Yeah,
I reckon. But yeah, this episode also had that Newman conversation that was happening and moderated. Was going to be bipolarity, but it looks like she fucked his shit all the way up.
Yeah.
That was her, eh? It wasn't confirmed, but
that was
pretty much tell that was her that just flipped him. Which then took Andre off the board completely. But it also let and you find out Newman is also a Bloodmancer.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that would be the extent of her powers. That Marie would sort of have that sort of power.
Yeah. Like
that makes her a lot more formidable. Yeah.
I can see her going full villain though.
Yeah. After that conversation, I was really hoping that was the case because I really want to see her just become bad, honestly. But
yeah, same. That's like the Harvey Dent sort of tip.
Yeah. Plus, like, I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it. I fucking hate Marie anyway. So it'd be cool to see her just fucking be a bad guy so she can get fucked up by the boys if she is in that series as well.
The boys is killing her straight away, though. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
Like, it's not even going to be... It's going to be disgusting what they do to her.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be too easy. Frenchie probably take her out.
True.
I almost almost think that her and Newman are going to team up.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
going to be like the final boss is Newman.
I forgot the name. Is it Running Mate? I was like, she's gonna be with her, like by her side as like an assistant or something when she gets out of God U.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that. As well as the whole don't fight it, kind of go with it, get the education, get the accreditation, and then you can do shit afterwards.
Yeah.
It almost feels like Newman actually went through that.
Yeah, that's what she said. She went through the exact same foster system and everything.
But like the whole she figured out earlier on that, hey, I can't change it from the outside. I got to change it from the inside. And that's why she set up that whole what is it, the BS or whatever it is, and all that sort of stuff to sort of try and police these soups that are just doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
Even though she is a soup herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like that angle though.
Yeah.
But like the cat's out the bag now for the audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now it's just waiting on everyone else to sort of catch up in the show.
Yeah.
And like it was wild her just exploding that doctor's head. So now all the evidence is gone. If Shetty's dead and that doctor's dead,
then she has a legitimate way of actually taking down Homelander.
That's right.
Which is what she wants.
If the soups if Shetty is still alive, Vought would have known that her family was on the manifest for 100%. The plane. So they're using her.
Yeah.
And they're probably using her to flush out Newman. So they can sort of get her for something. And they know about the virus as well.
Yeah.
There's no way that Vought is that dumb. There's no way that Edgar is that fucking dumb and he's out of the picture as well.
Edgar set that shit up.
Yeah. He rolled over too easy in that fucking season.
Yeah. But with with removing Shetty and Cardoza, though, you now have the woods unattended, which means there could be a breakout, and that one guy who's infected, as well as those other 3 in that room, if they get out and no one knows, they might just make it spread regardless.
Yeah.
And Marie's going to have to use her blood powers to try and stop that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or not stop it.
Or not stop it. That's the choice. How many episodes of this bitch?
We only got 1 more left.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, righto.
It's a lot to kind of lay on the last episode.
Yeah.
I do expect that this is the sort of reveal that you would have in the penultimate. But then that last episode, they got to wrap some serious shit up.
Yeah. My only, not my only, but what annoys me is that we know that it's going to have a second season, so you know there's going to be a cliffhanger now.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping this was just going to be a limited series about the kids in God U to give you, flesh out what could possibly happen for the boys. I didn't want this to be ongoing.
Yeah. Me neither. And I see problems with that as well. Like, we seen writers' rooms hand off shit to the next movie. I'm looking at fucking Rian Johnson doing The Last Jedi, handing off back to JJ, and JJ just disregarding everything.
Yeah.
Unless it's the same writer's room that goes from fucking show to show.
You know what I thought this show was? I thought it was when Homelander's son was that age. Like, it was in the future, and Homelander's son was 17, 18 years old, going to God U.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, true.
Should also be really, really cool.
Yeah.
If they finally wrap the boys up, and it's been years since, and then Homelander's son goes to God U.
True. It feels like Luke could be the... I forgot the word. I just had it before. The precursor for Homelander's son in God U as well, because I feel like he would go fucking crazy and then just fucking boost out of there too. And he'd probably go find Homelander after that as well. And then Homelander just fucks everyone up again.
Or they have the big Omni-Man versus Invincible fight.
Yeah.
Oof, Invincible starts this week.
I can't fucking wait, man.
Let's get my
fucking
ass
Friday.
Loki. Still haven't watched that season.
Man, are they giving us the whole season or is it just episode?
No, it's a 2-episode drop and then 1 episode per week, which I don't mind because they're full 45-minute to an hour episodes.
Yeah. Man.
I can't watch that much anime. I'm sorry. I'm inexperienced.
Man, that one week where I did it, I was burnt out. And that's coming from me. But Steven Yeun has been putting in fucking work these last few years.
Really has.
Fucking
It
hell.
really has.
J.K. Simmons too. Good on you, lads. But no, that's actually a really good segue for the anime call.
See, I teed it up, baby. Don't ever call me baby.
Don't call me baby. Paris Avenue. But no, so we have the 14th episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. So with the previous episode, we had like a full 23-minute fight between Yuji and Chozo, which was fucking crazy. And the end of that episode ends with Yuji fucking dying. Now, I still have my reservations saying that the demon possessing him, Sukuna, is just gonna like revive him like he always does, but you didn't see it at the end of this episode. He basically called him an idiot and then just faded away into the darkness. And so this episode starts with they call her Knee Summer. So she was the other lady that was with Yuji, the one that has the massive fucking battle axe. And it starts off and it doesn't give you any fucking introduction, but she's just stuck in this special grade demon's domain. And it starts with her trying to lunge forward, and then she gets stuck in a coffin, and a fucking gravestone just drops on top of her, and she gets fucking buried.
Jesus.
And in that point in time, she's like, all right, cool. So I finally worked out what the demon's doing, what his power is. And she goes through this explanation. She breaks out. And she has this little boy with her. She calls him Wee Wee.
My wee wee.
Please.
My ding-a-ling. But she essentially uses him as bait, and he pops all of his curse energy to fucking lure this demon out. And then from there, she suppresses her cursed energy and finds this dude and just fucking chops his hands off and just kills him, basically. Domain goes away. And then it flicks directly from her standing in front of Gito, of all fucking people, to Nanami, as well as Maki, and this other guy, Naobito, I want to say. I can't pronounce that name. Nao. It's Naobito. Naobito, yeah. But so Maki and Naobito are part of the Zenin clan, so they're one of the top 3 sorcerer families, right? And this guy's just a bit of a drunkard when you first meet him as they're going down the subway stairs. Like, you think nothing of him. And then this fucking demon shows up and it just looks like dog shit. And then you find out it's a cursed womb, and it gives birth to a fucking special grade demon. And this thing is fucking strong. But I was fucking dying because Naobito's a fucking real one. He's like an 80-year-old old man, right? And he's walking through and he's complaining about how 4K TVs nowadays have fucking frame interpolation on as default. Because he's
so it's on the right fucking track, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my trajectory, you know what I mean?
But he's going through and he's talking about, there's a habit with modern technology to always up the frames and the resolution. Now we're up to 4K with 60 hertz and shit like that. And then he talks about frame interpolation. But it all leads into that his power as a sorcerer is that he can manipulate the movements via frames. So he can take 1 second and turn it into 24 frames. And if you're unaware of that, you can't move and you essentially get turned into a frame. So he can basically move really fast.
It's fucking mad.
Yeah, it's a cool fucking idea for a power. So he's piecing this fucking demon up, basically, because this guy doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And then he hits this fucking demon in the chest, and blood erupts from this fucking thing, and then it moves its hands, and all you see is the old man's face on his chest. And then, like, he just gets transported to, like, basically an island. And you find out the demon was just playing with him, and he's activated his domain expansion. And because he's something like a fucked up Zoidberg, you know that squid demon from Guyver Dark Hero, the red one?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like that, almost 1-for-1. And this guy, in his domain expansion, they call it a guaranteed hit, so no matter what, you getting fucked up by this demon. And it's all like almost like those invisible piranha from Ninja Gaiden in that one chapter. It's like those, but like massive sea sharks and shit like that as well. They just appear and they've bitten you already. So fucking this old man gets fucking hit and he gets thrown across the fucking island. And then Nanami as well as Maki are in there as well, and they're fighting. And Nanami's told her, like, you know, it's a guaranteed hit in this domain expansion. As soon as you feel something touch you, just fucking start swinging. And as Nanami says it, he stops, and all of these sharks are just fucking all over him, and he's been encompassed by all these sea creatures. And then it's just an explosion of fucking blood, and Maki's there, and she's gotten fucked up as well. This demon's managed to work out, all right, cool, so the old man's the strongest, so I'm going to give majority of my power to him, and then I'm going to fuck up Nanami as well and give the remainder to him. And they start fighting this demon. He's obviously fucking winning during this whole time as well. But then fucking, what's his name? Megumi shows up. He's managed to break through the domain expansion. And he's come through and he's trying to activate his own domain. Then he's like, I'm not doing it to summon or like try and do a tug of war with this other guy's domain. What I'm trying to do is open up a hole so you guys can get out. And then you can fucking break this domain from the outside. And so fucking Nanami comes over, he's like blocking all these demons so Megumi can do it, and then he calls everyone over, and in the split second they go to jump through the hole that's opened, fucking Toji shows up through that hole. So now Toji and Megumi are back together, father and son, but they literally cut this episode as Toji comes through the fucking hole. Pause. And I was like, you bastards.
Toji in the hole.
Fucking hell. But it was fucking cool. So now, like, what I'm anticipating is that Megumi's going to find out about Toji and what actually happened, and then he's going to either break away from the Jujutsu sorcerers because fucking Gojo killed his dad, or he's going to fight his dad. Either way, it's going to be fucking fire. But, yeah. And then we have Berserker Gluttony. So I managed to watch episode 3 and 4 of this. So this is the one that carries on from Fate, where he's now worked out that if he kills someone, he inherits their skills and it builds his skills up. So he has this constant hunger to continue killing, and he's basically like Louis. He's just killing rats and shit. He's killing goblins just to like raise his stats and sate his hunger. But his hunger is ever growing, so he can't just kill goblins for the rest of his life. He always has to up his fucking hunt. So he's moved jobs now, and he's actually working at a very esteemed household as just like a gardener, basically. A gardener, servant, if you want to put it like that. And at night times, he's found this mask where it hides his identity so he can go out and just kill shit so he can fucking get that hunger off. But now people have become very privy to the fact that there's just like dead goblins everywhere, and they're trying to find out who did it, and they assume it's some demon or a lich, and they don't think it's Fate at all. So Fate goes on this trip with the lady of the house. I forgot her name already. And they go out to see her mum. And during that time, they hear about these kobolds. Kobolds is the name of them, that are like starting to grow in this forest. And as well as that, talking about the introduction of the lich that's killing all those goblins. So at the same time, he's trying to hide his identity, try and get away from everyone. And he's trying to kill those kobolds as well, because he finds out that's the next thing that he needs. So he goes through this massive fucking fight with all these kobolds, and then there's a cursed like version of the kobold that shows up and just fucking obliterates everything, and he manages to kill it. But the thing is that because this thing was such a high level, when he tries to take in the power, it just fucks him up. So he's starting to work out now that anything too high is going to cause significant pain, but if he lets it out, it causes more pain as well. So he's got to almost like measure his hunts and sort of work out what's the best thing for him at that time. But during these episodes, you find out there's another lady who's managed to find him, and she has the same gluttony skill. They don't give you too much about her. They just say she's from another region of people who are very strong fighters, and that's all they say.
Wow.
But in these 2 episodes, it's basically acknowledge the fact that Fate has become strong. He's now killing to sate his hunger, and he still hasn't turned on humans to fucking kill them. But there's this massive underground like child abduction ring that's happening with the 3 massive houses as well.
Jesus.
So there's some other shit that's going to pop up as well.
Sound of gluttony.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty good episodes. It was good anime this week. I still need to catch up on Ragnar Crimson. But just quickly, a bit of tea as well. I know I mentioned it before, but for anyone who's big manga viewers, read Kagurabachi if you haven't yet. And also, as well as that, Sakamoto Days. Awesome manga for everyone to read.
Nice.
I was going to come in with a little bit of a recommendation every week there, dog.
I'll try. Right now, I'm still on One Piece, and I've got like 990 chapters to go.
Jeez.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Just as long
No,
as
that's
the
it.
Bible got.
Black Bible.
Please. All right, so we got our 5th episode of Loki. It wasn't bad. It was okay.
Fucking boring.
Fucking
That's what I
nothing
thought it was. And all the shit happened at the end. The start and the end. That's it.
Yeah. The coolest thing in between for me was them talking about how Victor Timely created the TVA handbook, but Ouroboros did as well. And then they say Ouroboros, which is the snake.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the name of the snake.
It's
Mate.
like eating itself, yeah. Well, yeah, it was okay.
I mean,
It was a big old
get
nothing episode.
it really was. And this is the penultimate. This is like the second to last episode that we're going to get for the
doing
season.
6 of these again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Big old nothing burger. But like you find out Ravana was the fucking general of the armies that won the war, but then like was sent back and memory erased. All the people in the TVA's memory was erased.
Yeah.
By He Who Remains, which is wild.
Yeah.
And then Victor Timely just gets fucking snapped out of time.
Yeah. Fuck, he got destroyed.
And they're all gonna die.
He got taken apart like Mr. Fantastic, though.
Yeah, he did.
Almost out of time and space.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like we're going to get a flashback now. Like, they've managed to work out that it was going to happen, and now they're going back in time to fix it.
yeah. And that's almost the way that Loki was ripping himself apart at the start, which is what this episode kind of linked in with, that now you get the layers. Sylvie was there, but it was actually Loki that pruned himself. Pause.
Yeah.
A little bit filthy there.
Having the verge.
But then you also get how fucking cutthroat Renslayer and Ms. Minutes was by putting them O's in the box, docs in the box.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that sequence, I almost expected them to just open that box and it to just be like Nightmare on Elm Street. All the fucking blood just shoots out.
Yeah.
I mean, simple
Stink
physics.
there too.
Fucking oath. It'll be warm. It'll be warm as shit.
Yeah. Be
there'd
warm and
be shit in there.
stagnant.
Yeah, there would. There'd be everything in there. The ball juice, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Be a real life fucking daycare in the box.
Badly. But I almost think that if you're compressing atoms like that, there would be a reaction like crazy. Because physics, just the laws of physics, no two objects can occupy the same space.
Yeah, which means that the air inside would have crushed them before it even got to them anyway.
Yeah, like crush them into nothing.
Yeah. That's fucking scary shit.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But yeah,
Imagine having...
go on.
Sorry. I was going to say, imagine having your mouth open during that shit. It would just fill your lungs and then you just implode.
Yeah.
Fucking from the outside. Boom.
It'd be like being in space. You
Yeah.
die straight away.
Mm.
Like instant. Instant.
Just thought of Total Recall.
Yeah. You pray that you die like Total Recall, though. Like, you pray. Because in real life, like, everything boils for some reason. Everything boils. You go from 0 degrees, or what is it, 37 point something degrees, to like 1,000 in a second. It's quick. Although, if you have air inside of your lungs, that expands and explodes. So, yeah, you want to try and blow all that air out and whatnot and try and survive. I think the longest someone survived outside without a suit is like 30 seconds or something like that.
I just want to die straight away. That 30 seconds would be a fucking lifetime.
It'd be like Event Horizon. You know how they're like, you need to push all the air out and then...
Yeah. Jettison yourself? Yeah. Fuck all that.
Yeah. But yeah, so this episode ends with like some big explosion. The loom actually exploding. Yeah. So I don't know if Loki's going to get there in time or already be out there and hit the button. More than likely.
It looks like it was just coming for him. The shockwave was just going to hit them and they're all just dead. So I don't know if it's going to jump to another timeline.
Well, he's got his powers. So...
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So they'll probably do a Days of Future Past type thing where you see the imminent death, but then it just disappears.
Yeah. Been kind of disappointing this season, I will say. Has not been feeling this season of Loki.
It's been trash. Thanks for those writers. You deserve all that money.
It's just been like, it's unfocused. It's not sharp. It's not engaging like the first season was. That first season was legit.
It was too legit to quit.
Badly. And they had like the nice balance between scale and intimate moments that this season just keeps forgetting. Like, it's all about the fucking loom. And as soon as the MCU makes it all about this one thing, it loses direction because our characters are going, oh, that thing is fucking coming for us. And that's all they care about.
Fucking hell.
Unless it's like...
Yeah, that's true.
But that was the heist. That movie was the fucking heist. Infinity War, the heist. Same with Endgame was the heist.
They've lost their way.
Badly. But I'll be back next week.
Yeah, we got to finish it off. You know what I'm hoping for, though? Is that... Will this be out... This will be out after... what's his face say? The Marvels. The last episode of this should hit next week, I think. Yeah, next
November
7th. 10th.
I think next week is that's the week after.
Oh, that's a week.
This finishes and then the Marvels.
Damn. I was hoping that this would finish after and the loom would just explode and then it'd just be like, okay, the MCU is going to get rebooted, guys. This is your new cast and all that sort of stuff. So new Iron Man and new Thor, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Let's
just go back to zero.
Yeah. That's the rumors that have been like flying around after Secret Wars as well, is that it's just a full fucking reboot.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind.
Well, you kind of have to, because that's the only way you can introduce mutants and all that sort of stuff properly. Because you've got like these, like, 35, 40-year-old people running around in costumes. Like, where the fuck were they the last, 30 20 years. When you like, it's been 22, nearly 20 years, man.
Yeah, that's true.
2008, Iron Man came out.
That's wild.
Also, they'll chalk it up to some timeline shit. Not
Yeah.
timeline, multiverse shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's due. It's getting old now.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I need Deadpool to be the palate cleanser and to just make fun of everything in the MCU.
Imagine if they were making dogs just so they could get content for Deadpool 3.
Like, that's an expensive dog right there.
100%.
It's a nearly $2 billion dog. It's like 30 bloody 20 Deadpool movies when you think about it. Like this.
Yep.
This is a very expensive dog.
You know what would be fucking classic is if you see Kevin Feige in Deadpool 3 getting killed by Deadpool.
My theories on the whole what's his face is he is going to kill that Fox universe.
Yeah.
He's going to kill them. It makes sense why there is a broken down 20th Century Fox logo, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen those rumors as well.
That's the comic, though. Deadpool Kills is the comic. Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe is the comic.
Yeah.
And he goes through, he kills everybody. Down to Captain America, Deadpool gets it done.
Yeah. You should go in, kill all the Netflix hoes as well.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
Because he kills Luke Cage in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he also kills Deadpool.
He does.
Daredevil.
He does kill Daredevil. Because I
He
think he's
annihilates
there because he kills Spider-Man at the same time, I think. Like, he's wild.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I hope so. Do need that reboot.
Yeah.
Also, my theory for the device that Victor's made for the loom is something to actually reel the actual time threads, like the Sisters of Fate, how they have it on an actual loom like that, so they can control them so it's not fucking all over the place.
Yeah.
So you can weave them into one continuous line.
Yeah.
And that's when you get all the different shit happening in the one timeline. Not the shared multiverse. So everything could be crashing into each other. Which is why you get Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. My other theory was that the wave's coming, and because of the imminent release of the Marvels, Captain Marvel's going to show up and fucking fix.
I can change the record.
Oh, fuck.
That movie is going to lose so much money.
1000%.
$50 to $75 million. 50% of what they made last time because they told everyone it's required viewing when it wasn't. They knew that first Captain Marvel movie wasn't it. So they sandwiched it in between two of the biggest Marvel movies ever to make people go watch it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Disgusting.
And Brie Larson ain't it either.
No, she's not.
That ain't it, Chief. But so, last piece of news there. So, got to watch OneFour Against All Odds on Netflix. Came out on the 26th, Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah. This shit was actually really cool. So, for anyone who doesn't know who OneFour is, for any of our listeners, OneFour is one of Australia's rap groups. They're the first ones to, I guess, bring Australian drill onto the scene. Also part of Western Sydney, represent. So it follows the story of Lex, YP, JM, Spenny, as well as Selly on their way to greatness as the group OneFour. But it also weaves in a lot of their activity as a group prior to the rap group as well. Telling you the stories about them, OneFour as a gang, as well as all the other gangs of Western Sydney. And essentially just their story. Some of the members of OneFour during the creations of these albums were incarcerated as well. And it does speak on that too, as well as some of the activities that they got up to during, like, recording of their songs as well. But just how big these guys blew up and the outreach that they had, not only in Australia, but internationally as well. Like, we had people like Stormzy, Skepta, Dave, Kid Laroi, all praising these guys when their first album dropped. Yeah, Fergie did a music video and everything. It was unreal. But yeah, and as well as that, they had their own, well, with OneFour releasing their music, because it was assumed that it incited gang violence, as well as that. The New South Wales, I was about to say the New York Police Department, the New South Wales Police, had the Raptor Squad on these guys at all times, trying to stop them from making their songs or performing them. So they had no concerts in Australia that was sanctioned. So these guys performed in Brisbane once, and then every other tour they had was here, Perth, Brisbane, Adelaide, all cancelled because Raptor Squad went out and sent out notices to everyone who was giving them a venue and essentially blackmailing them into not letting them perform. So these guys had no form of, like, being able to tour because of the music they were making. It was fucking unreal. Like, all the shit you hear about in this doco is crazy, and it's still so recent too. Like, this is within the last 5 years that this has been happening as well.
Yeah, this is why we need someone to actually put through freedom of speech in our constitution, because we don't have it.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess that's basically all that this was just the explanation of OneFour, who they are and the struggles that they've been through. But thankfully, all of the members of OneFour are out of the system right now, which is awesome. They can continue to make music together as well. But this was an awesome documentary. I really like this.
Yeah.
Fucking made me want to listen to so much OneFour. And as well as that, the influence of OneFour really brought out a lot of other Australian rappers for me too. Like, I'm going to be honest, I was never a big fan of Australian accents on, like, songs. But there are some amazing beats out there. So OneFour, obviously specializing in drill music, the beats are crazy. But then you have other groups like the 046 out in, like, Claymore and Aids and all that. And they do specifically, like, G-Funk style beats and shit like that.
Have you seen Claymore and Aids?
Yeah. That shit is nuts out there.
It's wild out there. Some wild boys out there, man.
Yeah.
Like that, when we talk about, like, Aussie ghetto, that's an Aussie ghetto.
Fucking 87 and 96% housing commission, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Campbelltown is wild.
And right now, it's just all bloody vacants. So there's, like, you'll get, like, a burnt down one, and then you'll get, like, a normal one, and there's still people living in these vacants. There's no doors on them and stuff like that, but there's people living in there.
Yeah. It's fucking unreal, man.
If you're homeless and listening to this, go out to Aids.
True. Some good housing out there for you. Some of the boys, they're saying that, because they live out in Minto and Ingleburn and all that shit, back in the day when it was still really rough, one of the boys, his house used to get broken into nearly every year. And they just take shit and leave. Thankfully, like, no one got hurt, but it was just regular.
Me again. Yes, I'll take all your shit.
I left it all at the door for you. But yeah, this was great. Did you have any thoughts on it there, Big Dog?
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good doco, and it was good in kind of getting into OneFour and their sort of day-to-day. It was a bit sort of confronting. Just like one of the lines that they have in their songs, they actually speak on this that was stabbed in a rival gang. And it was almost like, yeah, we're putting it out there, but we didn't expect the sort of blowback that we got, because they're implicating basically themselves in the song.
Yeah.
That was a bit wild. There is this thing in Australia where like the Raptor unit, which that was fucking disgusting as well. There's a O that's on tape that's saying we will legally harass these O's until they break up. And that is weekly raids on their family homes. We're stopping you in the streets. We're following your cars. We're doing pullovers as much as possible and searching your cars and seeing where you're going and asking your parents, like, what are you doing? What's happening? Like there was one raid where the daughter was walking back to the front of the house and like the cops are there with like their guns in her face and shit. Like it's crazy. It's crazy the reach that these O's have. And I know that the lyrics they might incite violence because people want to be in that life. They might find that alluring. And like we didn't grow up in Mount Druitt or whatnot, but I don't think all of Mount Druitt's that way. I don't like the way that it's been painted either. Like I've got family over there and I'm not getting set trip going in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I don't know if it painted the best picture of that community, which is like they've built it the fuck up. It is not the Mount Druitt from back then.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's like it was a really, really good watch. Like these guys are talented, and that's where I come in, like I feel empathetic for them, is because creatively they're trying to sort of make a lane for themselves. And like when you're an artist, having touring cut out of your revenue stream is a big fucking hit. So for for the Raptor squad to go to every venue that you're planning a concert in and say, hey, these guys are felons, these guys incite violence. And when they do have a concert, fucking fans go crazy. There's nothing that happens though, because they get warned. The audience gets warned. If there's a violent sort of incident, no more concerts are happening. So everyone plays ball. You know what I mean? The cops don't give a shit. You see them just stopping a concert and not giving them a reason why. Now, I have like another theory where I kind of go into, could this be fabricated to increase, you know what I mean? Increase the sort of the rep of this group, because I think a lot of things in pop entertainment are fabricated through the media and sort of through social media to make things more popular. But yeah, I really felt for these guys from a creative point of view. But like there's some stuff that like they're legit street thugs that are fighting on the streets. They're not organized crime. And all of it is about, there's another group of people coming into my area and we're going to fight them. That's legit what the rivalries are between these gangs. It's not bikies or anything. They're street gangs. There is one fight where these O's, they're in a train station. Someone throws a fucking Molotov into the fucking train station.
Yeah.
And people are trapped in there and the fucking flames are going crazy. Luckily, no one dies. There's one instance, and it looked mad on camera. Yeah, it looked cool. But there's 400 people just walking down the streets of Mount Druitt, and cops can't do fuck all.
No.
Yeah.
But they're lighting flares. They're fucking like doing burnouts in the street. It looked fucking mad though.
Yeah. That's the Spot the Difference music video.
But yeah, it goes from music video to just running the streets.
Yeah.
That's
It's
how it is
fucking
right
crazy.
now in ads and Claymore.
Yeah.
For real?
They don't give a fuck out there. It's legitimately ghetto.
Well, yeah, because now they with the housing. Because when I was at the cop shop, they were saying that a lot of these O's, it was all housing, like you said, 94, 96% housing, like public housing, and then they just started shutting it down.
Yeah, then
and trying to space it out.
The government bought all that. They're going to put up new public housing there now. They're building. They want to change it. They want to change the name now to something else. Change
That's
the name
always-
of ads to something else.
Fucking, it's like Newground or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Something wild. But
Yeah.
everyone's like, that's fucking ads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's wild.
Newbrook.
Newbrook.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Sounds like a place you'd want to go.
Yeah.
Well, you
But-
should see what it is now. There's actually some places built already. And it looks like your house.
Yeah.
Dozens and dozens of houses that look like yours.
Yeah.
They fucking better get cracking on that real estate. That's all I'm saying. These houses is lacking on actual new developments and finishing those houses.
Yeah. It's they'll get to it eventually. It's always one of those things, the propositions for the new prime minister. We'll get this done in 4 years, but they never have sufficient funding for it because they do something else.
Well,
Build another
they
fucking
got
airport.
the funding, but like everything else, it takes time. You know what I mean? They got the $4 billion or whatever it is. They got the funding, but you can't put a house up in a fucking day. It's not going to change anything for anyone for the next 4 years.
But that's also bullshit because they choose to go through one specific housing development place and not utilize anyone else because they funnel money through that.
Oh, so they're mates. Of course.
Yeah, that's the bullshit that's kind of going on. It's the shaking of hands behind the scenes that cucks me out. It's
Yeah.
like everyone else pays, and then the fucking, like, you know, the price of rent increases. Like,
But the
fucking hate
crazy
getting into the politics of this shit because it's the
Yeah.
people that suffer. It cucks me out.
Yeah, 100%. The craziest thing about this as well is that they will receive a base amount of funding, but they will still try and minimize the expenditure. So, for example, with the Department of Housing, they will haggle with their regular tradies to try and get things installed at the lowest rates. They will literally go down to how much the cost is for one piece of something. So it could be one of those rails that you use to stand up for like occupational therapy when you're on the toilet and things like shit like that. And they'll be like, the cheapest that you can go for this is $19, and I want it at $19. So they are saving that money. It is fucking crazy.
All goes back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taxes, everything.
Everyone should just be politicians. You know what I mean? And then I
Yeah.
can lose my job and still get paid $495,000 a year.
Fucking oath. It's either that or they run the fucking streets like OneFour did. You get 400 people rushing down fucking Canberra.
I don't see why. I'm not calling to do this, but I don't see why people don't do that. But I can see why, because they're not organized.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
and also, like, there's a lot of people that have families, you know what I mean? They don't want the blowback. They don't want all that drama. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people
I
are...
just want change.
Some people are Commissioner Gordon, some people are Matt Modine.
Fucking hell.
Getting their back broken viciously.
Fucking badly, exploding into a million pieces in the ends. Fucking hell.
Oh shit. One of the things that they did actually mention in this doco, which was awesome for me, was that with Raptor Squad focusing on violent crime and gang violence, they put up the statistics for violent crimes that occur in Australia, and all of them in regards to SA as well as something else.
Yeah.
And gang crimes or violence is not on that list at all.
Yeah. They said
I'll be drunk
Sydney,
and disorderly.
probably, but they said that Sydney crime has dropped to the lowest that it's been in decades. They said it's the safest Sydney has ever been.
Yeah.
So them going after these O's is bullshit. Like, it's just for media and publicity. And
Yeah.
it's fucking stupid, right? Because there is a point, there's a line where where a person becomes an artist. And they might have dealings in the street or whatnot, but I'm pretty sure the grass is fucking greener for them to keep putting out music than it is to keep doing the bullshit that they was doing in the streets.
Well, that's the choice that they need to make. You want them out there on the streets, or you want them actually just rapping about the streets?
And that's what the O says.
Rapping.
Yeah.
How, like, I think about, like, Redfern and all those little suburbs just out, like, literally just outside of our city. We're talking 15 minutes. And how dangerous those areas were back in the day. Like, everyone was like, no, you can't go out there. Like, nobody goes out there. There was housing commissions out there. People are getting stabbed. We're doing heroin out here. Like,
yeah,
that's how it was. And now, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the cleanest part of the city. It's cleaner than the normal city.
Fucking
Yeah.
big time. That's what the O says, though. He says, if you fuck up my music shit, when we go back to the life, I'm gonna be worse than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm playing catch up now.
Yeah.
All that money I lost, I'm playing catch up now. This is it now.
And it's also the reason, right? Well, what I think is one of the reasons why, like, Aussie music has famous exports that never come back to Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's more profitable for them overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kid Leroy, he caught one and he fucking went for it. You know what I mean?
It's what you're supposed to do. You hold on as long as you can. You can't let it go stale.
Yeah.
Especially in the music business when there's new music coming out literally every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Your presence needs to be felt all the time. Like, you need to be that shadow just in the background that people talk about. It's on the way. Like, it's coming. And when it comes, it's going to be amazing. Pause.
True. I was just going to say there needs to be a pause on feeling your presence.
I was just feeling my friend. That's what Louis C.K. was doing.
It's a gift.
I have a soft spot for the Polynesian community. Obviously, my kid's half, like Jules and her family and whatnot. So, like, seeing these kids, it's just misdirected energy. But when these guys buckle down and they do shit,
When they're focused.
fucking hell.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Unstoppable. It's amazing.
100%.
Like, what's big in their community is actually sitting down and, like, being honest. Like, this is how you fucked up. What are you going to do now? You know what I mean? And that's when they kind of focus in. Because their parents, when you look at their parents, they're stable. They're not fucking around. You don't see the dad, but, like, you see the mom. And, like, I've been in fucking, like, family homes that look like that. And moms that act like that. And they got their shit together.
True. Yeah. Even growing up, man, like, I always felt the safest with, like, you know, the Polynesian community, even at school, outside of that, were always very friendly. Yeah. But it's as soon as you piss them off, that's when they fuck you up. But if you're cool with them, they cool with you.
It's just like to have a laugh. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. And they're really inclusive.
Yeah.
And they love to mock.
Yeah.
Like, I was always scared of Polynesians because the first time that I seen a Samoan chick punch this, like, the O was in like he was like 2 years younger than her.
Yeah.
2 years like in fucking high school. But anyway, Samo was holding him because he violated and he did some shit to her. So Samo was holding him and this chick was just fucking laying into him. And when I say the O's fucking face was fucking, like, just busted in, like, from 2 shots. And I was like, I don't think I could ever be with a Polynesian woman.
Oh, shit. But yeah, some of the best communities, man. So welcoming. So loving as well. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope shit gets sorted out with OneFour.
Yeah.
Because if these O's actually get a run, they could do big business for the touring venues in Australia for themselves. They could be an export that are legally allowed to go overseas without Raptor intervening. Even in New Zealand, they sent letters, which meant that one of those couldn't fucking perform in NZ, their first international show.
Yeah.
It's like, if you were to cut the legs out of take the legs out of someone's dream, how would they fucking act? They'd be cornered. You know what I mean? You fuck with someone's money long enough, you're going to get what you fucking, you're going to find what you're looking for.
Yeah, there's going to be blowback. There's going to be a lot of blowback.
100%. The craziest thing with these guys, they're so dedicated to their work as well. That fucking Spenny was the only one who could perform in NZ because JM's had the prize and couldn't go. And he still performed. It was just him of the 5. And he still fucking killed it.
Yeah. You know what I was like thinking of when I was watching it? That drill rapping, right? They get a lot of acapellas. That's the shit that gets you hyped, because when the beat kicks in, that's what it...
Yeah, fucking hell. Because drill isn't just a beat. It's literally just talking about real life shit. The art of drill is to just tell your story about your ends and your yard, fam.
And sometimes you speak on the waist, man. You know?
Fuck.
That's why I always fucking loves drill, man. Can't catch me fucking not enjoying drill. Fuck, I love Skefta. I love Dave. Stormzy. Fuck all them. Central C. JME. Fucking hell.
Who's your number one driller?
Yeah.
My driller. I actually don't know, if I'm being honest. It might be fucking Octavian, if I'm like... Octavian, part of Essie Gang? Fucking awesome.
Okay.
Who's that that does that? That right there is a violation.
Fuck. I don't even know.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Even Brody says that shit.
That one there is a violation.
Fuck. I was just thinking they should do an album called Driller.
I wouldn't be surprised there's already one out there. I'm searching.
It's too much like Tip Drill from bloody What's-His-Face. Nelly. And that shit was raunchy.
Raunchy.
It was. It's show that shit on like BET at night and shit.
Wow.
Jesus.
Is that or a
video? A wild video.
Is it a chick or a guy?
It's a Nelly song, but it's just all like just naked women's.
Okay. We'll investigate later. Excuse me.
But yeah, this was awesome. Really enjoyed this. Fucking, I hope the best for OneFour, and I hope to see some more music, man. It's been 8 months since we got a single.
They'll pop off again, for sure.
100%.
For sure. Now that all of them are out, yeah. Get them features in the bag. Get it done, man. That is a wrap on all the reviews this week. We're back on Thursday. Come check us out. We're talking David Finchers' The Killer.
Yeah.
In cinema experience. So be sure to check in for that. That drops on Netflix on November 10th. Listen to that. We'll give you like a little leg up into the movie there. And yeah, check us out on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, YouTube. Give us a like and a subscribe. Just helps us get into more spaces, get that content, and bring it back to you. Love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.
Right there was a violation.